A sirloin can be anything. It can be a steak, it can be fajitas, it can be a chicken fried steak, and even a cheese steak if you'd like, and anything else. We're bringing you all the flavor of like a New York strip, but we're bringing you the leanness that you would get out of filet. Today, 10 of them, 6 ounces each. They're a nice big portion, and they're black Angus, which is some of the best meat in the world. Sirloin steaks from Rastelli Meats, our #1 food brand here at QVC. Now, you're going to get 10 of them. They're all vacuum sealed and blast frozen, and I think maybe we can get one of those, Justin, if you have a chance to get one of the vacuum sealed ones. Today, we have it for you with the seasoning packet that goes along with it, and today we have it for you at $24.99. It's $10 for a steak that if you went to a restaurant, you'd probably pay like triple and quadruple the price to have that steak on your plate. M87253 is your item number. We do not have auto delivery on this, but this is a brand, and this is the item that won Best Grilling Food from our Customer Choice Food Awards this year. So if you want a great grilling steak, this is it. I'm gonna bring in Ray Rastelli. He is the Ray Rastelli of Rastelli Meats, and it's always a pleasure to welcome you into our show. Ray, how are you today?
Alberti, it's great to see you. I am so excited because, you know, this is the very first item I brought to QVC over 7 years ago, and it's going strong because people love it, and I'm going to tell you why. Because, number one, it's the sirloin, right? The sirloin we know has got lots of different uses. You mentioned, right, this is the everything steak, but look at how clean this is. We age this black Angus sirloin for 28 days, and then we take every ounce of fat off it. Then I take it and I cut it right in half. And then let me show you what we do with it. Once we cut it in half, we take this, we cut the tips off it, and then we cut these beautiful 6-ounce sirloins. Now, what I want you to see is that this steak has no fat, not on the top, not on the bottom, not on the side. It is just straight sirloin steak. So whatever you want to do with this, and look at that beautiful marbling. That's the kind of marbling you should expect when you get a black Angus steak, right? And again, small family farms that I've been dealing with for 47 years makes it really, really personal for me, and very, very important that we give our QVC guests the very, very best. Because when you walk into my butcher shop, that's what you get. So when you walk into our butcher shop here, you're going to get the very same.
Fewer than 650 remain. You know, Ray, I want to show everyone right off the bat what Ray does for us here at QVC. You know, he owns one of the most prestigious butcher shops in South Jersey. People line up on the weekends and every weekday to go to his butcher shop. We'll show it to you right on the screen right now. He doesn't vacuum seal and blast freeze for all those people. He does it just for us here at QVC. But Ray, you do it because it makes it easy for us to, you know, cook one steak at a time. But you also do it for the freshness factor, right?
We do, and you know, that butcher shop, it's so important that I get to listen to my customers, but we can't do that for those customers that come in the butcher shop. We do this just for QVC. This is vacuum packaged, which means we're sealing in every bit of freshness in here. So you can see there's no fat on this steak whatsoever. We cut it fresh after we age it for 28 days, and then, of course, vacuum package it and blast freeze it. Now, here's what that does. It locks in all the freshness, keeps out all the bacteria. So when you're ready to cook this steak, no matter how you're going to cook it, whether it's in an air fryer, on a grill, in your broiler, on top of the stove, just let it thaw out. I always recommend let it thaw out, pull it out of your refrigerator, let it get to room temperature. Now, if you're like me and you forget often, just take this package and put it under cold water for about 15 minutes, and it will be thawed and ready to go for you.
And by the way, it's not just a steak on a plate, right? It can be chicken fried steak, like right over here. You pound it out, you bread it, you fry it, and all of a sudden you've got a delicious meal for two, by the way, not just for one. We're coming down over here.
Yes.
I guess the kitchen must have heard me, Ray. I've been talking about tacos this whole show. So you can do steak tacos. Or how about a steak Philly cheesesteak if you're looking for a really delicious gourmet version. Or even maybe you're doing like a surf and turf. This for me would be like split this in two with somebody that you love. Fewer than 500 remain. One of the very first items that Ray brought to us here at QVC. You get 10 of them. It breaks down to $10 a steak, and your easy pays is $24.99. And here's what I want to remind you, right? It comes with everything that you need to be successful. You know, Ray, sometimes like you go to the grocery store, you're like, wow, those steaks are like $50, right? Or $60 or more. And you sit there and you're like, that's so expensive. I don't want to mess it up. Well, this is an easy steak to cook and prepare.
It is so easy and so fast. And this is what I really want you to see. I want you to see the moisture that's inside this steak now. What you're noticing is you're noticing juices. Those juices come from the marbling inside the steak. Because remember, the steak has 0 fat on the outside of it. And that's why it can be used for everything. So if you've got your grill out, and mine is out already, I'm going to just grill these on my grill. I drop my seasoning on top. About 4 or 5 minutes on one side, I flip it, 4 to 5 minutes on the other side, and I have a steak that every slice, look at this, every slice is lean. Every slice has 0 fat in it, and every slice is incredibly moist. And the reason I call it the everything steak, Alberti, and you well know, we can do everything with it. I did do a Philly cheesesteak here. I've got some salad here, so I will tell you, steak toppers.
Steak and salad, I love that.
Is just wonderful. But let me show you one of my newest creations, because it's barbecue season, right? I took the steak and I cut it into nice thick strips, and all I did was barbecue them.
Yes!
So these are like beef ribs. Now, these are boneless beef ribs. So that's one steak cut into strips. I barbecue sauce on each side. I slowly cook them in the barbecue, and all of a sudden, I've got something really unique and great for this summer.
It's a must-have in your freezer because it's easy weeknight meals and everyday meals. $24.99, M87253 is your item number. Get this home while you can. There's no auto delivery on it, and try it out at that Easy Pay. M87253. Ray Rastelli, always a pleasure to have you in our show. Thanks so much for being here.
Thanks, Alberti. Great to see you.
Thank you.
Now.
Hey, try that out. Ray Rastelli and Rastelli's foods are our #1 food brand here at QVC. So if you've never tried it, now's your day to get that home. All right, listen, we're wrapping up with a dessert all the way from Florida.
A dessert that apparently is already so popular. I got to tell you right now, don't wait. It is going to sell out. From Dockside Market. So Dockside has been